What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another sneaker review on the channel, and today we're taking a look at a black and gold Air Jordan box. No, they're not a retro of a colorway we know and love. This is actually a new colorway, which you obviously know by the title of today's video. These are the Crimson Tint Air Jordan 1 Lows. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already subscribed. You guys know I cover a lot of other Air Jordans, not just the hyped releases. We like to talk about the lows and the mids on this channel, so if those are sneakers you're into, consider subscribing. The Crimson Tint is a shoe we have been expecting to release for quite some time, and they finally are starting to release and trickle in at sneaker retailers over the last couple of weeks. So there isn't an official release date for this shoe, as they are a Jordan 1 low and they don't always have a specific release date, but you could just say summer 2021 and you'll be good. The retail price was $90 US or 120 Canadian. However, they are increasing the price this year depending on the colorway and depending if they're one of the OG Air Jordan 1 lows. This is the older style, or not the older style, but the updated late 2010s version right here that has the puffier tongue right here that sticks out, no Nike Air branding, and the materials are also much lower quality compared to the OG versions. By the way, we're also uploading daily on this channel, so if you want daily sneaker content like this, hit that red button down below. And I'm also uploading daily on my second sneaker channel, Sneaker Talk 365, where we also cover even more shoes, just not always the latest hyped up releases. So if you're a genuine sneakerhead and want to be like, you know, knowledgeable about other releases, check out my other channel. It's dedicated just for like the real people in the sneaker game. These are actually inspired by the high top version that released a couple of years ago, and they also recently released a couple of weeks ago the Air Jordan 1 Mid Crimson Tint, which we did review on my second channel, which I just told you guys about. So feel free to check that out. I'll leave a link down below. So the Air Jordan 1 High Crimson Tint wasn't a very well received sneaker. Although it was a Jordan 1, it wasn't a Jordan 1 that sold out right away. It actually sat on shelves for a few months. If you wanted to buy these shoes right now, you can actually scoop them up for retail in quite a few places. So I will leave links down below, so check them out, because I do expect these sneakers to sell out pretty quickly. There really isn't anyone reselling these sneakers at a profit. If anything, maybe $10 to $15, because there's people who can't get the shoe in their local markets, so they have to turn to places like eBay, like StockX. Now, we will get into my resale predictions later into the video, so stay tuned for that. Let's talk about the shoe. Its first impression on me. I gotta say, it was a pretty underwhelming release when I saw these in hand. I kind of knew what I was getting into, with the price tag being that 120 Canadian or 90 US. You can't expect too much about the quality, but at the same time, we already knew it was gonna be low quality. This isn't a sneaker a lot of people buy to have amazing leather, you know. It's not a shoe that's gonna impress. This is a shoe you're buying because you want it to look great on your outfits, and you don't care that it's a low top. You just like the look of the shoe and you want to buy them, you know. Nothing wrong with liking lows. I like lows a lot too. I know mid tops get a lot of more hate than lows, but lows do get a lot more, like, I guess, respect. They're not bashed as much as the mid. The colorway for this is very similar to the Air Jordan 1 Low Bread. Another thing to note about this shoe that is quite different compared to the high top version of the Crimson Tint is that the high tops use this very like kind of artificially cheap feeling tumbled leather. It really didn't feel like really high quality leather. It felt very cheap. However, this pair, it uses two different types of leather on the shoe. It's not real leather. It's a feather. It's a feather. It's faux leather. The Jordan 1 High Crimson Tint had a very exaggerated tumbled upper. This right here has the tumbling, but it's only on the Crimson Tint pink color areas on the shoe, and then the black parts use a smooth faux leather, or smooth leather instead. So it's not the same kind of aesthetic exactly, or same look as the high top. Another thing to note is that the back leather right here on the very back right here also uses a smooth leather, which is really confusing to me why they decided to do like the swoosh and the collar right here tumbled, but then the toe box and then the back here is smooth leather. So they're kind of all over the place in terms of what kind of leather to use in the different panels of the shoe. Now, that may be enough to turn you off from the shoe, but I feel like if you genuinely like this colorway, there aren't too many sneakers on the market that are like this. So if you like pink, you like black, you like Jordan 1s, this is kind of a no-brainer, and the retail price is not very painful at all. I mean, 90 US, and maybe you have like a coupon or something to use at that retailer. If you're gonna buy these for retail, it's definitely, you're gonna get your money's worth. That's what I can say. Now let's take a closer look at the details of the shoe, how these shoes are color blocked, and show you guys some of the things that are different compared to other Air Jordan 1 Lows out there. So starting off with the leather quality, as I mentioned earlier, it does feel very, very cheap. It's not real leather. Doesn't have that real leather smell like the high tops often do. In terms of the quality control, this is a big GR. Like all Jordan 1 Lows are typically pretty big GRs. I don't see any like major flaws on my particular pair. I think the one issue is maybe back here there's like a extra juicy glue stain, or not even that big, but it's I'll zoom in, you guys can see it. So like that's only the only minor issue with this particular pair. But yeah, they make a lot of these pairs, man. They make so many of these, so try your best not to pay too much over retail if you have to pay resale. So these have that crimson tint toe box with that smooth leather, and that same pink smooth leather is seen on the back as I mentioned earlier. And while we're here at the back of the shoe, let's take a look at that Air Jordan Wings logo. Now this is typically on the side of the Jordan 1 High, but on the lows they put it in the very back right here, stitched in or embroidered in. Now one thing to note is this is how they typically make them. A lot of the Jordan 1 Lows have the stitched in look. However, later this year they're going to start releasing Jordan 1 Lows that have it like debossed and impressed into the leather, which look way better in my opinion. But yeah, if you look at these shoes, you might just think these are a Nike until you see the Jumpman logo on the tongue, or the Jumpman branding on the back, or the Air Jordan Wings logo on the back. Taking a look at the side of the shoe, you have that black leather panel with that crimson tint or pink Nike swoosh on the side. It has this slightly tumbled texture to it. And then taking a look at the collar of the shoe, you have this crimson tint pink leather on the very side, and then you have the black sock liner, which is great. Taking a look down the center of the Air Jordan 1 Low crimson tint, you have the black tongue with the pink or crimson tint stitched in Jumpman dead center. And these only come with black laces, but honestly I think the black laces look perfect on the shoe. And then in the lace region, you also have this little fabric that sticks out that also keeps the shoelaces in check and straight. This pair is just a flat black, no extra design, but we've seen other Air Jordan 1 Lows in the past where it has a 23 instead of just having it blank. In terms of comfort and sizing for this shoe, with it being an Air Jordan 1 Low, of course you're going to want to go your regular true size, whatever you're used to getting, get that in the Jordan 1 Low. Now in terms of the comfort level, I'd give these like a 6.5 out of 10. Jordan 1 Lows, the leather is cheap and it's quite stiff feeling, so you might have to break these in over a course of a week to really make these feel a little more comfortable, but it's a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. There really isn't much technology in this shoe. I believe there's an air unit in the inside of the midsole right here, but it's really not too much to be bragging about in terms of comfort. On feet, they look really clean. This is a shoe I would definitely recommend rocking with some like black slim denim or some joggers or cargo pants. Now in terms of resale prediction, I really don't see these sneakers having that much resale anytime soon. So the high top version actually took like 1.5 years to really get substantial resale value, or it took 6 months to get just a little bit of an increase, and then 1.5 years to get to where it's at now, double. But these are low tops and you really can't copy and paste the same resale from the highs to the lows. It doesn't transfer over like that. So if this is a shoe you want, definitely cop it for around retail. If you want to resell these, honestly, you're not going to make much money. If you're interested in buying these or just checking out what the prices are like, maybe there's something in your size, check it out on eBay. I'll leave it linked down below for my American and Canadian viewers. Be sure to comment down below what you guys think about these shoes. Are they a cop? Are they a drop? Do you have these? Did you pass on them? Are they available at your local retailer? Let me know what you think. Of course, hit that like button as well. It helps support the channel and makes it possible for me to continue doing this as my job. It really means a lot when you hit that like button. It helps the algorithm and all that good stuff. And yeah, a lot more reviews on the way. Again, daily uploads for the whole month of July. And if you want to see the mid-top version, which is much better in my opinion, check it out. I'll leave a link down below, or there's going to be a pop-up card right now to my second channel with that review. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'm realistically going to sell these on eBay for retail. Until then, peace out.